Okay, guys, welcome back. This is PAC-MAN Part 5, and this is where I left off last time. So, we're going to start to draw the maze now, and this is going to be the fun part. So, what I'm going to do is list 6 through 9. This is all we have so far. And I'm going to delete line 8, and if I run the program, we just have our border. Now there's a slight problem with our border. List 30. Now what is going on here? Go to 8. Okay, we have a problem right off the bat. And why do I have 30 going to 8? Everything is going to 8. And it should be going to 9. So I need to fix that first. I'm glad that was brought to my attention. So I have go to 8. Not sure why. It should be go to 9 on lines 25 and 30. So we're going to edit 25. Change this to 9. Edit, I think I said 30. Change that to 9. Run it. And so now our sprite is fine. Of course, I can't go outside of the border, so no P point is still working. The problem is down here. Down here, I'm off by a certain number of pixels, and I need to correct this first. So we're going to list, I think it was 6 to 10 or something like that. So all we have is a border, and we're going to edit 7. And we're going to suck that bottom in. Now, 90, I think it should be 182, if memory serves me correctly. This is just going to suck that bottom in, and you can't really even tell. So that we have an even playing field of increments of 5. And with this little space down here, you could get creative and put scores. Because you can't write in the border. You could suck this in this way and put some data over here, scores. You could suck the top in and put a PAC-MAN logo up here. Really get creative. Now, I'm just going to take you part of the way. The rest is yours. You know, you can do whatever you want with this. I just wanted to get you most of the way. So before let me get out of this, and we need to suck the side in. Right now we're at 254, we're going to make it 252. And now we have a perfect playing field with increments of 5, and everything matches up. And the good thing about computer programs is you can modify them as you go. Or after you make a computer program, you can change things about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, and now I tried to buy a new calculator today, and all they had were cheap junk calculators at the drugstore. So I have to wait until I get to Walmart to get a halfway decent calculator, because the ones from the pharmacy keep breaking. They're really crappy. So I'm going to use my graphing calculator, and what I really want to do is, we know this point here is, well, it's 12. It should be 12. So this point here let me just count them. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and I made him skip a space there. And what I want to do is find the coordinates of this. So I said 12 across. Wait, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And it should be 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So first thing I need to do is make some space here for our actual maze. So I'm going to renumber the program, and I'm going to make a lot of space. I'm going to make line 9 90, and when we list, we're going to clear this, and when we list 1 to 10, it's going to go from 1 to 7. Actually, I should list 1 to 90, and you'll see what I mean. Now I have 1 to 7 and a huge gap. Where 9 was, 90 is, so we have plenty of space to work. So line 8 is going to be, color 4 is already there, so we're going to go line 12, 12, that was our cornerstone that I just counted there. And I want to make it in increments of 5, so for that I need to actually get a piece of paper. And I don't usually plan these things, I just do them live on video. I rarely plan these videos other than a brief outline. So on a piece of paper, I'm going to try to start drawing, and it's not going to be a perfect Pac-Man maze, but it'll just, you can make your maze any way you want. I'm just giving you something to start with, and we're going to make it in increments of 5, and I'm going to test these out. So our first increment of 5 from 12 would be 12 plus 10. Sprites are always double, so 22, and then 10 added to that. Well, 10 added to that plus the 1 for the breaker bar would be 32 plus 2 is 34, and then 10 added to that would be 44, with the breaker bar would be 46. And this, I'm just using guesswork here, so if this isn't right, I'll correct it. But this is the fun of it. So we're going to go from PSET B, we'll box it in. We're going to start at this corner where the right bottom of the ghost is. And we're going to go all the way diagonally. This is how you measure a box when you use the comma B statement. We're going to go over and then down. So you'll have the upper left hand corner diagonal to the lower right hand corner, and that's how you measure a box, and the computer fills it in when you use comma B. Now what is going on? We have a syntax error. Edit 8. I think there's a space right here. No, why is there a syntax error in B? I mean in 8. Line. There's no syntax error. Line. Oh man, can you believe this? I don't know why I put a comma there. I just threw a comma in there and didn't think anything of it. So now we have our box, and it was that easy. And if I move him here, 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 I'm off by 1 pixel. So we want to correct that right away. Edit 8. To me, this is exciting. I don't know about you guys, but this is fun. We're going to run it again. We're going to measure it this way as well. Now, that's really off. So we need to really fix that. Yeah, you know, that's weird. Okay, it's off that way. This way we're good, right? And I can't go through it. It's actually working like a perfect video game. I cannot go through that box, guys, because of P-point, and I can't go beyond any red line adjacent to this ghost on any side of him, as long as the side is exactly next to his body. Okay, so we're going to edit line 8. For some strange reason, I have to make this 50. It must not, I don't know, the numbers, that's the way they are. You have to follow what the numbers say. Now look at this, I almost have a working game here, guys, and barely any effort. Maybe 50 lines of basic, that's nothing. Now if they had included stuff like this in your manuals, when you got your color computer, maybe it wouldn't have gone in the closet so quickly. You know, like, have you heard that saying? Someone was doing a color computer, I don't know what it was, promoting the color computer, and it's on the internet. It's really old stuff. And that's what he said, you know, after you play a few games, the thing just went in the closet because nobody really understood how to program it. Okay, so if they should have had much more material out there, and maybe I missed some of it, but I definitely didn't see anything like this in any of those books that I was reading back then. So we have to figure out how this maze is going to happen. We have a big corner here, so I kind of want to do the same thing over here, right? So we need to figure out how. So I have no idea what these coordinates are. So what I do in this case is I run a test point. So this is what this is going to be. We're going to PSET a test point. Now I know it's somewhere around 252. We're going to say 246 by 12 and make it red. And we're going to run this and see where it ends up. It's too far over. You just do a test point. You approximate. Now it's good there. We need to move it over 1, 2, 3 pixels to the left. So we edit line 9, and so we take 6 off because pixels are doubled. You count them by 2s. Don't ever use odd numbers. So what I mean is, now that's where we want to be. What I mean is this pixel right here represents 2 numbers. Okay? And I think it was, if I go back here, it was 240, okay? So this is position 240 on your grid. And it only goes to 254. But we suck this in, and so 254 is over here somewhere, but that's not the point. This is position 240, but it also occupies position 241. Position 241 and 242 are exactly the same pixel, and position 243, or excuse me, 240, yeah, 240, let me start over. Position 239 and 240 are the same pixel. Position 241 and 242 are the same pixel. It would be the next pixel. So this is pixel 240, this is pixel 242. 244, 246, 248, 250, 252, and 254. That's how you count pixels. So you use the previous odd number or the preceding odd number, but don't use odd numbers. You'll get confused, trust me. Count them by twos. Okay, now that I'm done explaining that, all I need to do to figure out the dimensions of this box is to look at what the dimensions are in the box itself. So what's list 6 to 10. Now, all I have to do to figure that out is take 48 and minus 12, and we get 36. So, in order to get the same size box, we're going to take 240, and we're going to minus 36, and we're going to get a number of 204. So, the second box is going to be 204, comma 12. The y's are going to be the same. 2, our pixel, 240, and the y is going to be the same. 50, PSET, B, and we should be in the money. Like that. It's easy as that, guys. How hard was that? A little bit of simple math. And we're going to make sure he lines up, which he does, and I'm not going through any walls, and this is exactly what I want here. So what's going to come next? Well, I don't know. You be the judge. I'm going to use a piece of paper, and I'm going to draw out. Actually, I just do this as I go along. So I haven't played Pac-Man in a long time, so I couldn't really tell you what a Pac-Man maze looks like. I used to play it, but this is my own take on it. And you know, let's see, maybe we could have a rectangular here. Let's try that. We're going to put 2/3 of this, or we could do 1/3. You want to try 2/3 or 1/3? Let's go with 1/3. We're going to go with 1/3 of the width of this. And so our starting point would be the same x and a y plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which would be 12. So let's start with that. Line number 10 is going to be line. These are all line statements. You could use the draw command, but that would be a little more confusing. So we're going to do line 12, and 12 and 12 is 24. 2, 12, let's try 14, comma, and from the top to the bottom is 50 minus 12. 50 minus 12 is a difference of 38. So if we add 38 to 24, 38 plus 24, 62. Now if this doesn't look right, maybe I made a mistake and I can fix it. Yeah, that's really, that doesn't look right. So 24, okay. So where did I mess up? Edit 10. So I should have added 12 to 50, which would make 12 and 50 makes 62. So this should be 64. What the heck? should be 64, and add 38 to that, should be 102. So change this to a 1, insert a 0. Let's see if that looks any better. Okay, we have the correct positioning. We need to move it up 1. So let me do that now, edit 10. We're going to move it up 1 by changing this to 62. But it's not wide enough. It's only 2 pixels wide. We need 24 here, not 14. Let's see if that makes it any better. There we go. There's a rectangle we can use, right? I'm coming in here and I fit fine. I come around it, I fit fine. But I right there. So we're going to edit 10 and we're going to shave 2 off of the bottom. Change that to a 0. And now we have good. Not going through any of these walls. And he fits around it. Okay, guys, right? It's starting to look like Pac-Man. Now we have to decide what comes next. Why don't we do... We're going to have to do one of these on the other side. And we're going to place it here. And so what I'm doing is I'm drawing it on the screen. And then I'm copying it down onto a piece of paper so I have a rough idea. Okay. And so we want to do one over here. So basically, I'm going to clear the screen. I'm going to list what I have so far. And I want to keep these close together. So like these are the two, I know these are the 2 big boxes. I know these are the 2 little rectangular boxes. So we need to transfer these numbers over to the other side. And how do I do that? Well, let's see how they relate to the big box over here. So I can see that I have the same X for a start coordinate on here, but that would be reversed. And so I think line 240 would be a fair statement. That's reversed. 12. So we have half of it already. And now I just need to do a little subtraction. So the difference here is 12. Problem is we need to start at left corner, up corner, and end with bottom right corner. But let me do it this way, and then I'll just reverse it. So before I get way too confused, let's take 12 from 240, and that gives us 228. And this is easy as cake. The bottom will be 100. And now all I have to do is edit 11 and switch the X's around. And that should do it. And it does, but it's way too tall. So let's clear the screen and list it, see where I messed up. Why is it so tall? Because of this here. 12. See, I ended at 50. So this should actually be 62. And we'll run this. And there we go. Problem solved. Now our guy can go. And P-Point is doing wonders. It's not letting us walk through these walls, guys. As long as the ghost body lines up and this is because these are mathematical statements, it'll never fail. And could you imagine having to delineate all these boundaries by hand? I mean, by one at a time, it would just be impossible. So what I think I should do here is, since we have a 1/3 ratio, what we should do is just put another one of these vertical boxes, because we don't want the math getting too carried away here. So we're going to start over here, and we're going to use our 2/3 ratio. We're going to clear this, and we're going to list 6 to, I think we're only up to 12. 12 is our new line here. So I'm going to look at the first box, okay? And I know its extremity is its left extremity is 48. So I either have to take 10 or 12 from 48, and I'm not sure which it is. So we're gonna try 12. 48 minus 12 is 36. So we want line 36. And we're gonna copy 62. And we're gonna go up to 48. And then we're gonna copy 100. And we're going to run this, and with some luck, we have 2 parallel vertical boxes, just like that. And this is only a few lines of basic. Now, we need to do the same thing over here. And tell me this doesn't look like a Pac-Man game. It certainly does. And what I think I'm going to do to finish the sides off is change I'm going to make a bar here that goes to about the middle with only one passage, a bar that goes this way. But let's first work on this one. And I'm not going to get this all done in one video, so there's going to be more follow-up videos, but this is just getting started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this box here, then I'm going to paint these boxes in, and I'm going to call it a day for right now because I'm limited on time. But so I need to do the same 1/3 ratio. We already know what the Y values are. That's not a problem. Now these are the 2 original boxes on the outsides. So this was the one on the left, and this is the one on the right. So I need to take 12 from 228 and get 216, 62 to, wait a minute here. I'm really lost in this now. I don't know what's what here. I think this was it. Right, that should... I think I might have to take more than that. To be honest with you, I'm really lost in this. 220, alright, so let's try this again. 228 minus 24 should be a lot closer. So we're going to try 204.62 to 204 plus 12. And if this is a little off, I can fix it. 216, 100, comma PSET B. Run that. And there it is. That simple. You don't have to be a genius to do this, you know. You might not be able to do it as fast as I'm doing it, but if you put some effort in, you can do it. Do it your own way. This is just how I'm doing it. I want to hear comments about what you think about this. I really do. Appreciate your feedback. So I can color these in any color I want. Well, there's only 3 colors. We're definitely not going to make them green, because everything is green right now. So we have yellow, blue, or red. So I could make these. I want to make it like a little bit creative here. So I can make these 2 blue and these 2 yellow, or these 2 blue and these 2 red with, let's try something here. List CLS list 6 to 15, and we're going to put 14, and we're going to paint. We're going to start off with 2 big boxes, guys. This is just the border. This is our first big left box here. So our target can be anywhere in that range of 30. We're going to paint 30. 30 would work. Comma 4. First 4 is the color. The second number is where the painting stops. So as soon as it hits a red line, it'll stop. So there's a wall, right? But it's all red. If I made it blue, it would contrast too much. I could try making it yellow. Let's try that. Edit 14. Not 1. Edit 14. Let's try yellow is designated by the number 2. That looks a little bit better than having just solid red, right? So let's try the next one. List 6 to, alright, 15 is paint. Paint the second big box here. Our target would be anywhere in there between 204 and 240. So I'll use 220, comma 30, comma 2468. No, I'm just kidding. There. Now this is starting to look like a video game, isn't it? I'm not going to make these blue. Like I said, it'll contrast too much with the ghost. But let's see. Let's see if I'm wrong. See if I'm right. Let's see if I'm wrong. List 6 to 15. 16. We're just going to paint these last 4 boxes, and I'm going to end this video for now. So they're right here, lines 10 through 13. We're going to, now we have a smaller target here, so you have to be careful not to use too big of a number. 18 would be a fair X value, and anywhere between 62 and 100, 70 would work. And we'll make it blue and see how it looks. Yeah, that's not really too bad, right? You can still see the ghosts. If it was Pac-Man, Pac-Man would be yellow. And blue and blue really don't complement each other well. Blue and red and green, it's not a good color complement. But I'm going to leave it just because. And now I can make this one red, and this one red, and this one blue. It's a color computer. Use it. You know what I mean? Use the color features. So we did this one. We have 11, 12, and 13 to go. So actually 13 is going to be next in line. And I believe that's our blue here. So we'll try 210 70, 3, 4. What the heck just happened? Please, you know, list 6 to 20. What did I do? What the heck did I do? I have 3 paint statements. What is going on here? CLS list 6 to 20. What is going on here, guys? This is painting the box red. I really don't know here. You know, I hate when stuff like this happens. So we have 2 yellow boxes and 3 paint statements. So you know what I did? I overrode line 16. So this was blue and I moved it over here. And it's supposed to be over here anyway. So 16's got to go away. And we have to start over. I don't know what happened. Paint. 10 through 13. So we're going to go 18. I think it was 70. 3, 4. 17 is going to be paint. Now I did the left and the right, so this is the problem. It should be 230, 70, 3, 4, and that's what happened. I got them mixed up. I don't have any notes. I'm just doing this off the cuff, so you got to forgive me here. It's a little hard to do, to remember all this, because I'm just remembering what these stand for. We have the left and right box, we have the left and right outer rectangles, and the left and right inner rectangles, and then we're done. So this is the left outer inner rectangle. So we're going to paint 40, 70, and I said I was going to make it red. And then we're going to paint the right inner, which would be the 210, 70, and as long as you remember your coordinates, you're all set. So we're going to have a really colorful Pac-Man game going on here, and the inside color is not going to change the P point value at all because it's looking at the red border of each of these. So I can't cross any of these. So we foreshortened the border on the right and on the bottom, and we created all of these walls here. There's six walls now. And when I get back tomorrow, I'm going to make a bar here with a space and another like bar down here and some more boxes over here. And there's a, like, they call this thing in the middle, I forgot what they call it, where the ghosts come out of. I forgot what that's called, but we'll work on that too. Where they spawn from. I don't know, it's what it's called. You guys probably know, so I don't know what that's called. If you know what that's called, let me know. where the ghosts come out of, you know. So that's it for this video. I think our program's looking great. Let me know what you think, and watch out for the next video. It'll be posted, you know, probably tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, so yeah, I usually have time at the end of the day each day to work on this. Okay, guys, so take care.